Alright everybody, hello and welcome to a brand new Pokemon Go PvP video. I'm using a team that I reached Legend with just a couple seasons ago. This is Obstagoon, Nidoqueen, and Crobat. Let's get into it. So this footage comes from my live stream with 2-0 Butters. I'm going to be sharing my perspective here. We do see a Walrein lead. We've seen so many Walrein in this meta so far, and Obstagoon loves to see them. Here comes the Escavalier, and we're going to go into the Crobat. So far we're RPSing our opponent pretty well. In this matchup, I tend to just throw the Poison Fangs and look for a big farm down. The more damage that you can take as a Crobat in this situation is the better, because you don't want that Walrein to have too much farm. Obstagoon beats Walrein in just about every situation. However, if you give it too much farm, it can be formidable if it throws multiple Icicle Spears at your counter user. Again, if you'd like to follow me on Twitch, this is where these live battles happen. We're doing kind of a recap here as well, because I feel like this was a great opportunity to showcase a team that I used in a prior season. Although I believe when I reached Legend with this team, I was leading Nidoqueen with the Obstagoon and Crobat in the back. Typically when you run this team, because you have that counter weakness in the front, you do want to lead the Obstagoon and then have two answers to counter in the back. When I played it before, it was more of an ABA type of thing. So now we see the Crobat taking down the Escavalier. We're going to build up some energy here. I'm actually going to go for the Poison Fang, but I'm up to Shadow Ball energy. I don't know that this is necessary. But in terms of not letting additional fast moves through, just trying to maximize my turns, I do go ahead and throw the Poison Fang there, and then get KO'd by the Powder Snow. Still 4 shields in play, so there are a couple things in the back that could be very problematic for our team. Toxicroak is one of them. This is a really weird matchup. We know we get to the Poison Fang faster than Toxicroak gets to those Mud Bombs, so if we just play this safe and just straight Poison Fang through, I think we have a good shot. I take the first move because I want to see how much damage it does, so I can start to mentally budget where I can take another Mud Bomb, and obviously based on our health, we cannot tank another Mud Bomb, so I'm going to build to the Earth Power to try to draw the shield, and we don't get this shield. Alright. Gonna go up a little bit more. We sneak in the Poison Jab there, which is always nice. We're going to start to shield as well, even though there's still a lot of shields in play and the Walrein has the shield protection. If they decide to use it there, I'm still very confident in my Obstagoon's ability to beat it. We're going to see the second Poison Fang come through here. This one will not get shielded either, but now we're going to look for a complete Poison Fang down, or excuse me, Poison Jab down. Toxicroak gets another move here. I really don't want to take a counter, but I really want to save my shield. So I go ahead and let the Nidoqueen go. Fast swap. Here comes the Obstagoon. That Toxicroak is still kicking. So if we take too much damage here, we have to kind of mentally budget. Can we survive a counter in the later part of the match? I am running Night Slash and Hyper Beam. Hyper Beam is great for that nuke potential in a lot of negative matchups. If you can Hyper Beam a champ, Hyper Beam a Charmer, Hyper Beam a Flyer even, it does a lot of damage. We get hit with the Icicle Spear, and he has another move already. As we know, the pacing for Icicle Spear is super fast. It's part of the reason that Walrein is so effective in the current Ultra League meta. 5 Powder Snows, then 4 for 2 Icicle Spears. Essentially, the Swampert pacing to Hydro Cannon. It's really incredible. Night Slash gets shielded here. We're still hanging on to our own shield. This is going to get a little close. My opponent may have missed. My opponent may have missed a Powder Snow there, but we're going to shield up here. This is actually getting pretty close because the counter is going to hurt. I don't want them to catch, so I throw the Night Slash right away here. Going to look for a counter down, and again, don't want to get sniped. He lets it through. In comes the Toxie. Single counter does the trick. Maybe my opponent kind of bent the knee there a little bit, submitting to the Goon. Second lead, Obstagoon, Crobat. As we know, we are packing that Hyper Beam, but I think that my strategy here is to land the one counter and then switch. As we know, this Crobat on the opposite side is purified and is 1 Air Slash ahead of me, so they will reach the Shadow Ball first. I'm going to go straight for the Poison Fang here. Don't get the shield as expected. Poison Fang resisted, but look at those Air Slashes now starting to chunk on this Crobat. We get an extra air slash there on alignment. Woo! Poison Fang comes through. We shield it, which is a really tough shield for us. Gonna try to build up some more energy here. Get to another Poison Fang. My opponent isn't switching, which makes me feel like they might be either weak to flyers or weak to poison in the back. Either way, it's a bit tough, and I kind of want to protect the Crobat. Maybe there's some more utility for it as the match goes on. We do shield a Shadow Ball. After that Poison Fang debuff, we would have been in serious trouble. I throw another Poison Fang here. All right, we finally secure the KO. My goodness, let's see what comes in here. It's an Obstagoon. All right, this tells me a couple things. First, that Obstagoon is their best answer to Crobat, which is confirming our earlier hypothesis that this back line might be weak to the flyer here. We're going to see the first Poison Fang come through. As we know, Obstagoon outpaces Crobat, but they chose to throw after I had my move ready and therefore lost CMP. Night Slash comes through. We finally get KO'd. Oh, there we are. Crobat put in a ton of work. It's time to come with the Queen. Oh, and they've got S-Cav in the back. This is really tough. I fast swap into Obstagoon. S-Cav and Nidoqueen are going to CMP tie on the Drill Run versus the Earth Power. So it's a bit tough here to know what to do. I come in with the Goon looking for some chip. This is really difficult because they're just going to farm all the way down and then Drill Run our Queen, but they throw a bit early, giving me an inkling of hope, right? Maybe it wouldn't actually be CMP for Queen and Escavalier, especially not after the energy lead, right? We know we can survive one Drill Run, but this Escav has tons and tons of energy. Gonna hit us with the first one there. Super effective damage. Escavalier in the back is very, very tough for this team. I saw a lot of Escavalier when this meta first came out, but I haven't seen as many lately. They no-shield the Poison Fang. These resisted poison jabs just really not doing much. We get to another Poison Fang here, but I suspect they shield and throw another Drill Run. They do shield as expected. They were one counter away. They knew they could get there. So that's a GG's trainer. We're going to lose this matchup to the Escavalier. I guess I could have played the Crobat matchup a bit better. Maybe switched out of Crobat versus Obstagoon, maybe into my own Obstagoon, and then brought the Crobat back in. A couple of different things we could have done there to try to win. But heading into game 3 here, Obstagoon into Obstagoon. We've got two really solid answers here for the Obstagoon, so I'm not sure that we really need to stay. I'm going to try to switch and catch this Night Slash, actually. Hoping for a cross chop. Hoping for a cross chop here. You definitely want to take that, what is it, 4 times resisted damage? Oh, but it is the Night Slash. All right. Obstagoon tends to stay in here and gather some energy before switching back out. Throws another move, actually, which is, again, very curious. When you see the Obstagoon lead, you have to assume that there's a Charm Answer in the back. Probably 2 Charm Answers. You can go Steel, you can go Fire, you can go Poison. And there are a few picks that match each of those fits. We're going to go ahead and throw our Poison Fang here. Definitely never throw Shadow Ball against Obstagoon, right? We get a shield. We get a shield, which is actually very spooky. Like some stuff you see in a scary movie, because we don't know how weak this opponent is to Crobat in the back. Let's see. Okay, they switch into their own Crobat. Could possibly be a mirror team. I'm really ahead on energy here, so I'm going to go up for a Shadow Ball and see if we can land this. We don't land it. I'm going to reach for the Obstagoon, but we don't quite get that either. Opponent CMP ties us on the Poison Fang. We did win CMP. This is a Hundo Crobat, so 15 attack tends to win it. We switch out, though, and we save it. All right. We've got a Shadow Crobat. We're reaching for the Hyper Beam. If we get this, can we get some booms in the chat? That'd be really, really exciting to see that down in the comments below. Poison Fang comes through as expected. We still, oh, we changed our minds. Okay, we changed our minds. Sorry, I didn't mean to bait you in the comments there. Here comes the first Night Slash. We're gonna try to double Night Slash here because I think I can get to the third, but it's going to be quite close. Everybody, I hope you're enjoying the video. Trying to upload more battles as the weeks go on. I know I missed a few days lately here. Oh, we get a simul KO. All right. I like heavy shield advantage here. I like knowing there's Obstagoon, and I like being able to get ahead on energy with Queen. We wait to see what they bring in. I bring in the Queen. It's the Goon. Let's see here. If they go up too high, I'm going to get nervous about Hyper Beam. I don't think this is Hyper Beam. This has to be Night Slash. All right, Night Slash comes through here. No shield, of course. I think we can get the farm down. Oh, that's absolutely devastating. Right on the 5th counter, right when that Night Slash was loaded, and that forces our opponent to top left. GG's. Going to another battle here. As you can see, we're around 2,700 elo. Since then, we've climbed to about 2,850, almost 2,900. Dragonite is a tough lead. This is a tough lead for this team because we don't have a direct answer. I'm going to go to the Crobat, though. We know because I fired one counter, this Dragonite typically will outpace, but they force the CMP, which is actually pretty clever as well. I assume they want to take this Poison Fang and then switch. Now that they've chipped the Crobat, this means that the Dragonite is debuffed, and they probably want to get it out of there because it's such a good answer for the Obstagoon. Let's see. And they do. They switch into a Fire type. Here comes Typhlosion. As we know, 15 turns to that first Blast Burn. We're going to throw right here. Typically, you can do 4 Air Slashes, which is 12 turns, and then throw, and that's very safe. You can do 5 Air Slashes and then throw, but you're on alignment, and you risk them getting a whole Incinerate through. Oh, we don't quite get that second Poison Fang, which is tough. Do I soak the energy on the Nidoqueen here, or do I soak it on Obstagoon? Decision point. Come in with the Obstagoon. We can tank a Blast Burn, no problem. Oh, he throws the back-to-back. I think, though, if we shield, we can counter all the way through. I actually no shield. I don't remember this battle, but we're banking on our Nidoqueen here. Gonna go ahead and try to farm this all the way down. 2 shield Nidoqueen. Time to Donkey Fang. I hope you're enjoying the video, everybody. Hope you're having a wonderful Monday. Here comes Dragonite. We're going to go ahead and throw the Poison Fang here, trying to get this debuff as early as possible, maybe even force a switch. They shield. They come in with a fighter. It's a Machamp. Oh my goodness, this is an ABA weakness to Charm, and that Machamp is in the back. This feels like a cross chop. I'm going to no shield, and in hindsight, was that the smartest play? Because we're taking a lot of neutral damage here. Or excuse me, resisted damage from the Machamp, but it's still adding up because even those resisted counters hit hard. I'm going to try to get a full Poison Fang through, but look at my health. Oh, I'm getting low. I'm getting quite low. We put a lot on Queen's plate and maybe didn't give it the right protection. We get the Poison Jab down. Going to throw the Poison Fang immediately. I need one more Poison Fang to win this match. This is getting really, really close. Poison Fang goes through. No shield. We push, we push, we push. Poison Fangs. Oh! You gotta be kidding me. 1 HP victory for our Nidoqueen. We Donkey Fang, we win, as we say. All right, here comes Toxicroak. Very, very, very tough lead for Obstagoon. We're gonna reach for the Crobat. We expect the Wall Rain, and here it is. Now, the objective in this situation, we're getting RPS pretty hard, but we want to set ourselves up in terms of energy. So we're going to throw the early Poison Fang here to try to soften up this Wall Rain. It's very difficult, very, very difficult for Crobat to flip this matchup. This Wall Rain has to not throw moves. It has to shield baits. It has to do all kinds of really funny stuff for us to get a chance to win here. So we're going to go ahead and throw another Poison Fang right away. I anticipate that our opponent will no shield this. And they do not. All right, they actually pause and they let us get extra Air Slashes. Look at this trainer, knowing exactly what we're trying to do, getting ahead on energy, and they do not let us do it. Very, very clever. I'm a bit like stunned. I'm like, man, this trainer knows what's up. They're going to fire off a couple of icicle spears here, I think. Believe it or not, chat, in a, oh, they only get one. In a neutral matchup, you want to throw the icicle spear instead of the earthquake. In comes Snorlax. This is very, very tough. Again, putting a lot on Nidoqueen's plate here. I go immediately for the Poison Fang, and I assume that the Mud Bombs do more damage than the Body Slam, so I do not shield this one here. Licks are going to add up, though. As we know, neutral damage. One turn fast moves are fast, no pun intended, as they come from that Shadow Snorlax. All right, we land the Earth Power. I've learned that a lot of Snorlaxes no shield the first move, thinking it might be Poison Fang. I should have committed to the Poison Fang, but I think I'm going to try to Poison Fang all the way through. Or excuse me, Poison Jab. I keep getting the two mixed up. There's so many Poison type moves now. Yeah, I think it's easy to get them confused. Can we get a full Poison Jab through? Oh, we do, but we barely survive. This is very tough. Counter comes through as well, which is even worse. As you saw that big smack land on our Nidoqueen's face right there. This is tough. We actually deny the third counter there, which is pretty cool. But we get our Poison Fang, and unfortunately, it's going to be hard for us to sneak in a third Fang. We do draw the shield, though. Shield's down. Toxicroak trying to go to town. I don't think I can get to the Hyper Beam in time, so I just opt for a Night Slash. I really want to boost here. If I can get off 2 Night Slashes, and then maybe I can tie with this Toxie. No, we can't get there. We get KO'd. That's so tough. Toxie needs to pause for us here. It doesn't pause. Throws the counter. That's really tough. If Toxie paused, threw a Mud Bomb, and let us get the extra Poison Jab, we might have a shot there, right? Right? Maybe. All right, everybody. This is the last battle that we'll cover. I've got another set of these battles as well that I can shoutcast for you if you've enjoyed these. Blaziken! Oh, man. Fighters in the lead are super tough, but we have some good answers. Here we go. Crobat switch in. Walrein to meet us again. When you safe swap a flyer in this meta, you get hit with a lot. I mean a lot of Walrus. Walrus in the back seems to be a recurring theme, as well as Swampert in the back as well. A very, very tough combination of water, ice, and water ground. We're going to try to throw a couple of Poison Fangs here. We see the first Icicle Spear come off, and I believe because this is a normal Walrein, not a Shadow, I believe we survive and get to another move, and it looks like we do. Oh, we do. Right at the last moment there, as those two Powder Snows come through, maybe a third to KO us as well. We do get off that second Poison Fang. Notice how our opponent is playing this differently than our previous opponent, letting us get those moves, not letting us do too much damage, and now we get to farm with Obstagoon. We get a counter through. Here come the moves. He's going to dish a lot of damage to Obstagoon with these neutral Icicle Spears. Throws the Earthquake again. Not exactly the right move. If you only get one, I understand. But if you can get 2 Icicle Spears, it is more efficient 9 out of 10 times. We swap in. Here comes this Snorlax. My goodness. This fighter with double counter weakness in the back seems to be a common trend as well. I'm not sure how this team deals with something like a Toxicroak. Feels like Toxie would just sweep through this. But you can always find holes to exploit, right? If you look at our team, Toxie's a big issue as well. So there's always things to point out. I think the best objective that you can pursue is to just build a team that's only weak to a couple things that are pretty rare in the meta. And if you win all the matchups outside of the Toxicroak matchups, you're probably going to do pretty well. I'm going to throw the Poison Fang earlier here because I remember last time I went for the big Poison Fang down, Poison Fang, Poison Jab down, and I didn't quite succeed. So I'm going to try to apply more pressure this time. All right, going to shield this one up. Look for the Poison Jab all the way down. Body Slam as expected. We look for the switch. We don't get it. All right. Here comes the Blaze. Let's go ahead and throw a Fang. No counter comes through, which is also pretty nice. We can stay in and deal some Poison Jab damage, but we risk that Blaziken gathering more energy. Because we have 2 shields, I think it's safe to stay for a moment, and we do. Oh, excuse me. We have 1 shield. We have 1 shield remaining. Ooh. 3, 4. Oh, okay. I don't know if the counter came through or not. I don't believe it did, but we'll have to see. Visually, it might represent here in a moment. We don't get the KO. Counter came through after all, and that is it for our Blaze. It's heading into our next, for our Obstagoon versus Blaze. The clip is continuing into the next part, so if you want to see more of these battles, just let me know. I've got more awesome videos planned. I hope you enjoyed this one. Leave a like, comment if you have thoughts on this team. I feel like in the current meta with Trevenant, Walrein, maybe it's not quite as strong against the ladder as it used to be before Walrein was meta. Maybe there's an adjustment. If you think I should change the team, maybe swap a Pokemon out, let me know what you think in the comments down below. Either way, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you so much, and I'll see you in the next video.